What's up, boozers?
Antichrist. Not at all what it sounds like.
Antichrist. Actually, I think it should be Antichrist. Anti in Latin would be before Christ, which is why it's BC and Ante Domino. However, Antichrist.
2009.
I watched this film ages ago, and immediately afterwards, my ex-husband and I, God rest his soul. God, I'm sorry.
Soul?
He's not dead. I do think about it a lot, but he's not. Immediately afterwards, necessary to get on Google and figure out
what the fuck
it's
happened?
about.
What was
all
the
this
purpose?
shit happens. No really seguitable plot line. It's
all vague. Very vague. So, it opens with
tons of weird shit.
Willem Dafoe and Charlotte Gainsbourg
Getting it on.
doing the nasty. Mm-hmm.
And he's ripped like a mofo.
She's getting a little hot over here. Woo.
And hung.
Let's get a little fan going. Woo. As they're doing the deed,
Baby jumps out the window.
Baby gets out of his crib, I believe, and crawls out of a window. Dies. Their hearts are broken, and their
So is their baby's skull.
their relationship is troubled. He's a psychiatrist. And even though it was greatly advised that he does not try to treat his wife, which he does anyway.
Obviously, he's going to.
Yeah, he insists that he knows her best and he can help her best.
Yeah, I bet he can. Every time I think of him naked in this movie, I think of that scene with the epic classical music in Boondock Saints, and I wish it were filmed naked.
I just don't like his face. The rest of him is great.
Oh, no, his face is the fifth step in what happens when you smoke a marijuanas.
One whole marijuana. They end up retreating to their cabin in the woods, which there's many flashbacks of them going there as if
their cabin. Obviously, it's in the woods. It's a fucking cabin. You can't say cabin in the woods.
Sorry. So they retreat to their woodist cabin. Willem Dafoe's character assumes that this is their step towards healing their relationship, basically, and healing from the loss of their child.
She, during this time, is writing her dissertation, like a study on the influence of evil in the feminine figure throughout history, I think it is.
Yeah, something along those lines.
So she's got all these creepy-ass books and shit.
Things go from bad to worse.
For no reason whatsoever, there's this very long, drawn-out cut of a wild dog or a fox or something being eaten by maggots, and it's forever long and super, super gross.
They cut this movie...
not in any way relevant to the story.
Yeah. They cut this movie up into, I don't remember how many, but different segments, and they label each one a different thing. So it's kind of like she's writing her dissertation type thing as the movie's going. But Willem Dafoe's character, I don't think he realized how deep she had gone into this research she was doing for her dissertation and how far off her rocker she went. So he far.
Starts researching sort of her and what she's doing to an extent, going through the old photos. She's put the shoes on the baby wrong. Purposely for his entire life in like a sort of Chinese binding feet sort of way, but trying to make him go the opposite directions.
In the beginning, it's portrayed that she and the son have this great relationship. He was only a toddler when he dies. But as it goes on, the memories change, and it's a lot of... You basically want to save the baby from this mother.
Yeah. And then it goes into her full blown-ass crazy load.
Here. Let's give a spoiler alert, shall we? We'll give you a couple seconds.
If you like your vagina, don't watch this movie.
I read up on it before I watched it, and I still made the mistake of watching this movie. So I like to browse a website called Imager. There are people that post scary movie or just any kind of list, really, and it was on this list, and it said how fucked up it was. And I was just like, how bad could it be? Bad. If your wife smashes your nuts with a brick and then jerks you off, use
blood will come out.
Did you know that? I know that now.
But make sure she drills something through your leg first.
Yeah, to hold you there.
That's how you get your jollies Jolly's very, very. And then she takes a pair of rusty ass shed scissors and performs a clitorissectomy on herself, which they show in way too much detail. Which is why at the end of this you're like, did I just drop acid, or did people actually make this movie?
Even throughout the movie, before that, like, there's one part where she gets, like, freaked out and runs away and is in terror, and then he's going out looking for her, and then he finds her completely naked, and then they end up fucking in front of a tree, and then there's, like, all these dead bodies, like, I didn't understand the ending.
I didn't understand the movie.
No fucking idea what the ending was about, so after all this was said and done, it was, like, a whole bunch of women coming down on the mountain near where they were. You didn't know if they were dead or alive.
All part of maybe some psychosis she had from going so far into this paper she was writing.
I don't know. It's weird.
It's so confusing.
Movie.
But I'm gonna say, gotta see it.
You
have to see it.
Have strong caution when going into this movie. It's almost 2 hours long, and I'd say probably the last half hour, 45 minutes are the worst, like, visually. I don't think being drunk would help. I don't think being high would help.
Nothing. It's all just gonna make it worse.
And long story short, you're gonna end up on the internet Googling up, what the fuck did I just watch? Don't know the answer.
But fantastic.
Fantastic. It haunts me. That's for sure.
I haven't seen this movie since the first time I watched it, which was...
years ago.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years ago. And I still remember in vivid detail very many scenes from the film. I really love the cinematography of it. A lot of it's very film noir.
It feels...
very extreme, black and white.
The acting feels very genuine. IMDb gives this a 6.6 out of 10. What will you rate it?
I give it a 7.5 because even though I have no idea what the point was or don't understand most of the things that happened, because I can remember so much of this film to this day, I think it was a very effective film.
It was effective. There's no denying that.
No jump scares. No. Not scary.
It's not really scary. So
disturbing.
If you're looking for a horror movie, this is not the movie for you.
Very, very, very disturbing.
Yes, it is very disturbing. I have to say it will stick with me for a long time, but I feel the opposite. I'm going to give it probably right on par with IMDb this time, of 6.5 out of 10. Just because it's... To say my mind was blown that's an understatement. So, boozers, listen here. You need to like, comment, subscribe to this channel. Mm-hmm.
To the Facebook, to the Instagram, to all of the internets. We're all over that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Most importantly, the YouTubes. So, we will see you in our next installment of Booze and Booze Reviews. And stay awesome.
Keep boozing.
Cheers.
Cheers.